Hello, I'm Martin Wadeson. I'm Chief Executive of All About Audiences. Previously we were Arts About Manchester, and I was going to tell you about the transition we've made from that organisation into a new organisation. It was agreed by our primary funder, Arts Council in the North West, that we would change to become a North West agency. And in early 2009 we carried out a whole series of consultation about how best to deliver services around audience development, and we created a business plan. That took us through to the summer, and we received support funding to make that change. The challenge then was, how do we make that change? We knew where we wanted to go, and what we really didn't have was a route map. There was a process that we didn't get as part of the transition funding, any backfill posts, so we did need external support to make this change. So I suppose some of the elements that we needed to do, our business plan was quite broad brush, so there was an element of making some detailed planning. For instance, we had envisaged a subscription scheme for arts and cultural organisations across the North West of different scales, different art forms, rural as well as metropolitan centres. But we needed to do the detailed work about what was that subscription scheme, what value would it give to those organisations. So, for instance, we brought in an ex-board member, now a consultant, to work with the team who would deliver that plan. However, we needed also to support the overall direction of how we could achieve this. This was in quite a compressed time period. We received the funding around about August 2009, that's confirmed, and we were looking to make these changes all be in place by 1st of April, so it was a very accelerated period. So I worked with Michael Noonan, who was recommended to me by our Arts Council England's organisational development team, as change management consultant, so to support me individually through this process, but also to plan the route map, the detail, and the interventions we've made. The process of delivering that business plan had been a very inclusive one, with all the staff team at Arts About Manchester as was. We also involved a freelancer who was delivering the Audience Alliance initiative in Lancashire, Cumbria. So it was very inclusive to deliver the business plan, and we needed to replicate that about delivering this route map. So there was a formal consultation about staff changes. So I'll go back to stage. The changes we needed to make, as well as delivering some of these, as being more detailed about the products and services, there was a huge job to be done about restructuring the organisation. We'd created a new vehicle. Our old vehicle, Arts About Manchester, was a consortium model with restricted memorandum articles that wouldn't allow us to work outside Manchester. So we had to create from scratch a new vehicle, a charitable organisation with a trading subsidiary, and transfer all the assets and liabilities into that. But as well as doing that and transferring staff contracts, we had to restructure roles. So this wasn't simply that we were working on a bigger footprint. We had to have a new vehicle. We had to move staff into different roles, and we had to think differently to deliver these new products and services, all in a very compressed period of time. So that was then the process of mapping. We knew where we wanted to get to. What we had to do in this sort of 6-7 month period was the detail of how we would deliver that.